we are going to discuss about the divs, class and borders. And let's get started. First, we need to create a div with a class here. So let's type div and hit enter key and give this div a class, and the class is div a, like that. Div a, we can give it a name like this is div a, this is div a, this is div a, and we control S to save the changes. Then we go to the CSS, and here we write our class. Remember, class start with a dot, then we mention our class as div a, and then we code the class. First of all, let me control S and come refresh the page, and you see this background color is the same as the one that we had, the one that is over here, which is div, which is brown. Now I want to change this background color, and I change this background color to blue, and I control S to save the changes, and I come here and refresh, and it is blue. Let me alter a bit. This blue is ugly. Let me make it shiny, and let me use this one. Yeah, this one can be good. Then I also, let me check whether it has been done well by refreshing the page, and yes. Now the next thing I want to do is to change the size of this div, and to change the size of the div, I'll just do like this. Div, no, but we say width. Let me start with the width, and width I give it 300 pixels. Let's control S to save the changes and refresh the page here. Then next, I want this div to have height, and height, I want the height of 300 pixels. Terminate the line of code by semicolon, control S, and yeah, but it is so far left, so I want to make it come from so far and from so margin, and I want to make it by margin left. Margin left, let's say 100 pixels. Control S to save the changes and refresh the page. Yeah, it's okay. Now next thing, I want to actually to make this div to have a border. So I can say border, and I give it solid like that. When I control S, come here and refresh the page, you can see the border. We can also increase this border by saying border width and border width. Let's start with the top. Top is same as the upper part, and then give it 50 pixels, around 0 pixels. And when you type 0, you don't have to write pixels. Then we go to left, and left I give it 30 pixels. And then we go to bottom, and bottom I give it 40 40, or I give it 60 pixels. And then the left I give it actually 90 pixels. Control S and refresh the page. Oh, border has gone away. Let me refresh the page again. Control S and refresh the page. Border solid, then we can say border width and border width we get 50, let's say 0 pixels top, 20 pixels, 20 pixel right, and 30 pixel bottom, and 40 pixels on the right. Let's Control S, save the changes, and refresh the page, and there is a problem. Okay, this is pixels and this is pixels. And Control S to save the changes and refresh the page. Here on the top 0 pixels, on the right 10, on the bottom 20, and on the right, on the left, it is 30 pixels. And that is how we deal, actually that is how we deal with the div. And the div is a single element on screen, and is just treated like a box, a concept known as box model. So this is what we had today, and about the border of the div. And when we meet next time, we shall look at the padding. Thank you, and meet you then.